Alright, what's going on, guys? So I'm gonna be doing a quick video on how to do one of these bad boys. This is a do-it-yourself incubator. I'm gonna show you guys how we got to this point. It's gonna cost about 160 bucks if you do it the way I do it. I'm not gonna go into detail when it comes into the wiring, into how to installing the lights and all that stuff, because that's all, you know, I could be liable for stuff like that. So I'm just gonna get a brief overview about how I did it, and then you guys are gonna have to figure that out on yourself. It's not hard, trust me. If I can do it, you guys can do it. But yeah, so this build is about 160 bucks out the door with the thermostat. So let's get into it. That is the back of the wine cooler. Looks like that. You have all your coils, you have your compressor, you have your drain, which drains the water. All that is garbage. We don't need any of that, and it doesn't work. So I'm gonna take that apart, and then I'll see you guys on the next clip. So everything's gutted, everything still works. I just had to rewire the whole, all the wiring for the fan, for the light, and for the display. But as you can see, everything is working. Everything is 100% gutted out. That's just the power box, like this power supply, or junction box, whatever you want to call it. The only thing I have to do next is wait until my heat pad, my heat tape comes in with. So as you guys can see, everything is gutted out. Everything is rewired. I'm not going to show you how to rewire everything because I am not a licensed electrician, nor do I know what I'm doing. It's just kind of trial and error, and help with my dad and stuff showing me how to do it. So these two wires and this ground wire is for the fan that I took out of the bottom that was sitting right where that hole is. So I'm gonna, if it's super dirty, but if I decide to use it, I'm just gonna re-splice these wires and run them up into this little hole you can see right here and mount it to the top. I don't think I'm gonna need a fan, but if I ever do, I want to have the option. So I'm gonna tape these ends off so that way there's no exposed wire. I'm gonna keep this ground wire there, just probably letting that attached, and then yeah, so everything else is just bundled up nice. That's the junction box that I was telling you guys in the last clip, and everything is ready to go. I just gotta put this mesh back on, and that's it. So it's pretty self-explanatory. They even give you a grid on how everything is ran. It's super simple. Like I said, I'm not a licensed electrician, so I'm not gonna show you guys how to do that, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So for the most part, or you guys can watch some videos on it, but I'm not going to be responsible for any house fires. So that being said, everything's ready for the heat tape and the thermostat to come in. So stay tuned for that clip. It'll be cool. And that still works, so that's good. Some stickers from some fellow breeders. You can see I already put those. So you're going to need a drill. You're going to need some electrical tape. You're gonna need some aluminum tape or metal tape, whatever you want to call it. You're gonna need heat tape. You're gonna need a drill bit, and then you're gonna need some kind of thermostat. We decided to go with the VVM Electronics 100. That's all preference to you guys. It's about an $85 thermostat, so I didn't want to go, too expensive, but I also didn't want to go super cheap. So that's like a perfect in the middle. And yeah, so the first thing we got to do after you gut everything out, if you want to, as you can see, this light still works. So I'm gonna have to drill a hole in the back to run the heat tape cord and to run the probe for the thermostat. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I will see you guys. All right, so once you have your hole, I mean, it's not the perfect hole, but it'll do, because it's gonna be sealed up anyways, and it's gonna be covered with the heat tape. So take your heat tape. Come on. Alright guys, take your heat tape, feed it through. Hold on. Just turn it around. So as you can see, I got the 12-inch heat tape. This is about 4 foot. It's kind of snug in here. It's literally like just wide enough, so without having to bend it or like dent the heat tape, I'm gonna have to kind of finesse it in there and just make it look nice and pretty, so that way I don't kind of crinkle the sides of it or whatever. So once I get done that, then I'll show you guys what it looks like in the inside, and then we'll go from there. But I always recommend doing the 12-inch heat tape because it's more heat. The 3-inch isn't, I mean, I guess you could do it, but you'll need a lot more. So this was about 15 bucks, so I mean, why not? Just this, I didn't realize that this cooler was exactly 12 inches on each side, or maybe a little bit smaller, but I'll make it work, and I'll show you guys what it looks like after. So just give me 1 second. All right, so we're back. So I had to trim the 4-foot heat tape to fit in here. I had to cut off about, I don't know, 8 inches, 9 inches. So then you're gonna have exposed ends from the copper lining, as you can see. You gotta tape those down. So let me just show you real quick. Get some electrical tape. Put it on one side. Turn that one for me. Make it look pretty. So it's nice and even. You guys can see that. And just fold it back, cover that in, and then do the same on the other side. As you guys can see, this is what it looks like right now. Like I said, it's just thrown in there. I have to tape it down. I have to make it look pretty. I have to, you know, take the creases out and stuff. But that's what it looks like as of right now. So once we finish that, then it'll look a lot better. But let me finish taping the other side, and then I gotta tape with the aluminum tape on down each strip, and that's what it's gonna look like for the most part. I mean, it'll be like that, but you guys get the point. So, see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so this is what the heat tape looks like. Just put some aluminum tape on it. Not the best job, but you get the point. Just make sure all the copper is covered for the most part. Make sure it's all nice and stiff. Gonna go ahead and put the racks in. And then I gotta just put some, I gotta put the probe in, and then I gotta fill that hole with I think it's called great stuff. But that's it. So you can put the racks in. I'm gonna put 3 racks, and then put the probe. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple days. Make sure temps are holding up nicely. Make sure humidity is holding up nicely. Make sure there's no leaks anywhere. And then yeah. So I'm gonna wait. I'm probably gonna wait probably closer to a week to put the eggs in that I have. Just I want to make sure that this is perfectly fine. Everything is nice and sealed. But that's what it's gonna look like. Alright guys, so here she is. Lights turn on, thermostat on, fans on, probes in, got the heat tape, got the water bottles inside, just to keep the temperature whenever I open it. Whenever I close it, it kind of keeps temperatures around the same temperature, so they don't drop dramatically when I open the door. This is just a test to make sure that they're holding humidity. Some people like to put the probe inside of the containers where the eggs are at, but for this main probe, I want this to be on top of the eggs, and then I have these little ones, these little zoom in ones that I'm gonna put inside to get a closer reading. But this is an overall temperature for the inside and the middle. You don't want to put it on the bottom because obviously heat rises, so it's gonna be colder than 84 degrees than it is in the middle, and it's going to be obviously hotter because obviously everything rises. So that's what it looks like right now. Nice and simple. Got the logo, got everything running, light running, thermostats up and running. This is the old incubator that was running before I made this one. I have all my eggs in there right now. There's 27 of them, so I'm gonna give this incubator at least a few days before I put those in there, because I don't want to risk losing those eggs, because I would be devastated. But yeah, so this is it. You guys can see. Still gotta dress up the back, make it all nice and pretty, but you guys get the point. So all this, the cooler, the heat tape, and the thermostat ran me just about $160. That's with everything included. That's obviously, it's not including tools and stuff like that you need. But so yeah, so for well under $200, you can have a really nice incubator that can hold a bunch of eggs. This incubator is plenty big for us here. We don't really have that many eggs. We're gonna have to have, you know, multiple rows. I mean, at the most we'll probably have 50-60 eggs in here at a time. But it looks pretty. It works. Everything, light works, gauges work. So yeah. If you guys have any questions or concerns, or you want to know where to get everything, we got the heat tape and the thermostat on Reptile Basics, and they had pretty fast shipping. Took about 3 days to come in. But yeah. So let me know what you guys think.